Hey everyone, it's Taylor here from the Helen Schuler Nature Center. Well, spring is in full swing here in Lethbridge and lots of birds are getting ready to build their nests so they have a safe place to keep their eggs in the spring. So I figured I'd try my own hand at building a nest. I mean, how hard can it be, right? Birds do it all the time. Now, how should I start? Oh, hey Robin. I'm just trying to build a nest like birds do. Do you have any tips for me?
I sure do.
No. Stop that. Just explain it to me normally.
What? You don't like music?
Look, I get that birds like singing, and that's fine on your own time, but I only have one rule for this show. No musicals.
Okay, well, anyways, you're going to want to weave together about 350 pieces of grass and small twigs on a nice sturdy branch.
Grass and twigs. Got it.
While you're doing that, you should scoop up some mud in your beak and use it to stick everything together.
Mud in beak. Okay.
Then use your tummy to shape the nest into a perfect bowl to hold your eggs.
Use tummy. All right. Anything else?
One last thing, you want to make sure the eggs have a nice soft warm spot to sit so get some soft grass or animal fur to line the inside.
Whew. This is harder than I thought it would be. Well, thanks for your help.
Well, good luck. I'm off to find someone that actually appreciates my singing.
All right, well, I've got a plan. Now it's time to go start gathering some materials. Well, I've got my grass and I've got my mud. I think the robin might have meant it should be wet mud, but let's build this thing. Well, howdy, mister. What are you fixing to do there? Well, I'm making a nest just like you.
No, son. You're doing it all wrong.
What do you mean? I've got grass and I've got mud just like the robin told me to do.
Well, I do it differently. Allow me to explain.
Nope, stop. No singing. If you're gonna correct me, just do it in a normal voice.
Well, ain't you just a stick in the mud? Anywho, that grass is much too small and soft for me. I use big sticks to build my nest, way up high near the top of a tree in a big flat bowl shape. I come back to the same nest every year and just keep adding to it over and over. I reckon you might even be able to fit in one.
Big sticks. That actually sounds like it could work out pretty well.
You betcha. Well, I reckon I ought to be off. Good luck, partner.
Well, back to the drawing board, I guess. Let's go find some big sticks. All right, now that I've got some sticks, I can finally get started. Oh. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing? Oh, hey Magpie. I'm just building a nest out here. Say, you're pretty clever. What do you think? Got any tips? I suppose it's pretty good, but... Hey, cut that out. I refuse to be part of a musical. All right. Anyways, I was just going to say that the big sticks are a good start, but I don't think you have enough for the roof. A roof? I didn't know that bird nests have roofs. Not many do, but mine does. I build a dome over top of my nest with sticks to keep predators away from my eggs and babies. You are pretty clever. Well, I guess I need more sticks then. Yes, I suppose you do. Farewell then. All right, I finally got enough sticks to build a roof. Now, I better get started. I've wasted enough time changing my plans.
What you doing?
Oh, hey, it's a northern flicker. I'm just trying to build my nest like a bird. I've got some big sticks here, and I'm gonna go stack them up on that branch over there, and I'm gonna make a nice big bowl with a dome over top, and it's gonna be great. What's so funny?
What a silly way to build a nest.
Well, how would you do it? And don't even think about trying to sing anything.
Well, I don't build my nest on a tree. I build my nest in a tree. I hollow out a space inside a branch, and I lay my eggs in there.
Wait, so you don't use grass or sticks or anything?
Nope, just a few wood chips from when I carve out the hole with my sharp beak.
All right, I give up. You can't build a nest like a bird because all the birds build their nest differently. You know who would know about nests, though, is Jessica, our collections technician. I bet she could show us some different nests. Let's go see what she has.
Hello, my name is Jessica. I'm the collections technician here at the Helen Schuler Nature Center. Today we're going to be looking at some nests. Now, when you think of a nest, you probably think of kind of the classic cup-shaped nest that's shaped like a little bowl. I'm going to look at a few different types of nests today, just to see that there's many different kinds that you can find in southern Alberta. But first we are going to look at our classic cup nest. So this nest here is what we often think of when we think of a nest. It's got that beautiful bowl shape to help to keep the eggs safe. It's made and put in a tree or a shrub. It's kind of that classic nest. This nest is a robin's nest. It's really cool to look at because they're made out of mud. So you can see mud all through the center and on the back. And the mud is wet when they form it. And then there's grass that's squished into the mud to help to shape it. Now when the mud dries, the nest is super hard, almost like concrete. It's super, super hard. So it's a really durable nest. Robins often put their nests on bushes or shrubs, so you can see where there was a shrub that this had been attached to before it was abandoned by the robins themselves. Now, there are other kinds of nests. One of the most interesting ones to find out here in the forest in the river valley is a cavity nest. Now, a cavity nest isn't like a cavity in your tooth. It is a cavity in a tree, so a hole in a tree. And people often recognize these as woodpecker nests. So woodpeckers will come, they'll use their beak to form the hole and then to create a cavity inside the hole. So this is the part we'll often see when we walk by. And if we were able to peek inside the nest, which we can with this one, you can see they've built quite a large hole inside. It's so big I can actually fit my hand right inside of it, which is pretty neat. Now, woodpeckers build cavity nests, and after they're done using them for a season, other birds will actually come in and use them. So birds like black-capped chickadees, nuthatches, and tree swallows are all birds that will take an old woodpecker home, like this one, and use it in a year when the woodpecker actually isn't using it anymore. Now, some birds don't actually build nests at all. Some birds nest on the ground. Often birds that are living around shores, so along a river or a lake, or close to a wetland, will actually just dig a kind of shallow dish in the ground and lay their eggs right on the ground. One bird that does this is called a killdeer. And killdeer have the most amazing camouflaged eggs. So they look like rocks or sticks that are on the ground, which makes them really, really hard to see. Now, we do ask when people are walking close to shorelines or rivers or by wetlands at this time of year to make sure to stay on trails. It's really important because little eggs like this one are really, really easy to step on by accident, and you may not even realize that they were there. And you can see they're really, really fragile. So it's really important to make sure we stay on the paths, especially in areas where there are birds nesting that could be on the ground. Now, I'd like to challenge you today to see what kind of nests that you can find in your neighborhood. Birds nest all over the city of Lethbridge, and so there's lots and lots of places for you to be able to see those nests and to look at them a little bit more closely in your neighborhood as well. Now, we're going to head off to Taylor with the mail.
So today's question is one that I get asked by a lot of people, especially at this time of year. And that's, what should I do if I find a baby bird on the ground? Now, to help me answer that question, I've invited Marianne to join me today. Marianne has rescued and raised lots of baby birds in her time working at the Birds of Prey Center in Coaldale, Alberta. So thanks for joining us today, Marianne.
You're welcome.
So Marianne, what should we do if we find a baby bird on the ground?
That's a great question. So if you see a bird like this, that's a little nestling, and that bird has no business being on the ground. So they're totally naked and completely helpless. What you can do in this case is you can gently scoop up the baby bird with your parents' help and place them back in the nest. Sometimes what happens is they just get pushed out because they've got bigger siblings, or there might be a strong wind that knocks them out, and they really shouldn't be on the ground. And you don't have to worry about the parents rejecting them because they smell like people, because most birds have a terrible or no sense of smell at all. Now, if you see a bird like this, that's a little fledgling, and they spend lots of time on the ground. So a fledgling is a bird that's just recently left the nest, and it's spending a lot of time searching and exploring its new world. And just like people, and how we need to learn how to walk, first we have to learn how to crawl. Birds are the same way. They have to learn how to hop before they learn how to fly. So when you see them on the ground, you don't have to panic. They're pretty clumsy, hopping into bushes and trying to fly up on tall objects, and they're not very good at it. It takes them a few days to learn how to fly. So what you can do is you can just watch them from a safe distance. If they look like they're in immediate danger, then you can kind of shoo them into a bush. Otherwise, you can just let them do their thing. Their parents often take off for 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time to look for food for them, and then they'll come back and feed them. So they're really in no danger at all. Now, if you see a bird that's obviously injured and in distress, the best thing that you should do is call your local wildlife rescue center for tips on what to do next.
Awesome. Thanks very much for the advice, Marianne.
You're welcome.
Well, all this gathering has made me pretty tired, so I think I'm going to take a nap. But thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time on the Outdoor Adventure Club.
Hey everyone, he's asleep. We can finally sing our song.
See my nest, grass and mud, they are the best. I'm a robin, you can tell because of my bright red breast.
Mine's a hole in the tree, safe and warm, a cavity made by flickers or woodpeckers or a black-capped chickadee.
In the reeds I can be heard. I'm a red-winged blackbird, and I weave my nest from grass in the cattails. I don't mean to brag, it's a great place for eggs. See my nest, it's the best.
See my nest with a roof, this magpie is no goof. My dome of sticks and branches makes my nest weatherproof.
On the ground might seem weird, but that's just me. I'm a killdeer. My eggs blend in with the rocks, so watch your feet while you are walking. Stay on the path, watch your step, so you don't make a bird omelet. And my chicks can grow up happily.
As you can plainly see, we all look differently. So see my nest, oh please won't you see my nest?